Will you please welcome your host for tonight's second annual Northern California Media Educators Fame Awards Showcase. From Colfax High School Television, News Director Shaylin Ackerman and Technical Director Kylie Powell.
Welcome to the second annual Film and Media Excellence Awards Night. I'm Shaylin Ackerman.
And I am Kylie Powell. Shaylin and I will be your hosts for tonight's show, and we are so excited to share the student work in this showcase.
The Northern California Media Educators, or NCME, organization was formed by teachers of media to increase cooperation and showcase student work. Tonight is all about celebrating the original work of our fellow creators and sharing it with you, our viewing audience.
We entered this competition to have our work judged by professionals, get a feedback, and to get an opportunity to view some of the best work in the Northern California to inspire us.
Tonight's award showcase will screen 18 of the top submissions in their categories, and we will award each student for their outstanding work. The videos were judged by industry professionals from local television news stations, several members of the Sacramento video industry, and media experts in the field.
If your film or story is announced as a winner, awards will be sent to your school and presented by your teacher. Before we get started, we would like to thank the NCME board for making this event a reality. President Brad Clark for his leadership and judge coordination, Vice President Wade Wolf, awards coordinator, Brina Jope, show editor, and the rest of the NCME board, Scott Sutherland, Brooke Beckett, and Christopher Hanks for serving and supporting the NCME in this awards show.
Our first of two categories to be awarded tonight in the broadcast journalism portion of the show is Human Interest Story.
A human interest feature is about a person or an event and pays special attention to the storytelling.
The third place winner for Human Interest Story is Sydney Walsh, Natalia Vallejo, and Emerson Reel of Christian Brothers High School.
UC Davis has been ranked one of the best veterinary schools in the country, so it is no surprise that they incorporate animals into all aspects of student life. So much so that 2.5-year-old Labrador Retriever Corey has become an important member of the Aggie football team. We talked to UC Davis alum and veterinarian Dr. Lisa Tell to find out more about Corey and how she got the job of fetching the kickoff tee for the Aggies.
To my knowledge, there are currently 4 universities that have kickoff tee retrieving dogs. UC Davis, North Carolina State, New Mexico State, and Boise State University. Of those 4 universities, Corey, to my knowledge, is the first female tea retrieving dog. So historically, they've always been male dogs, and she's the first female dog. I've been working with Corey for about a little over a year now, but we actually started the football season in September of 2022. Corey was first trained as a field trial dog, so kind of all the basics of obedience and retrieving were part of her initial training. And then once I got her, I worked further to expand on that training, and then also we worked together to be a team and to learn to work together. She needed to know exactly how to follow the direction of my toes to retrieve the tee, and also not to get distracted with other things that were on the field. And so that got her used to making sure to always be looking in the direction that my toes were pointed, and also to come back to a proper heel position when she brought the kickoff tee back to me.
During her training for the football season, Corey got to work closely with senior kicker Isaiah Gomez.
It was really nice to see them develop a bond, and he always came back and would check on her, make sure she found the tee. And he's going to graduate this year. So next year we'll just have to make sure to have her meet the new kicker. Also, the thing that is important is for her to know what kind of a tee the kicker prefers. So the main kicker this year, Isaiah, had a special tee that he used. But in general, she knows the direction that I'm pointing her at. She knows what she's supposed to pick up, and so probably she'll be fine with any type of tee.
This member of the special teams has earned a special place in many hearts.
The fans absolutely love Corey, and you can just tell how much joy she brings to them, and the people who she meets. The other part that I really love about this is it's incredible to actually work with a dog like this, to have a working dog that you have that close relationship with. That is my favorite, one of my favorite parts of having this job. She's a total family member. I mean, her job is not just to retrieve the tea. Her kind of placement in our family is 100%. She's a family member and we just love her.
Although the football season is over, Corey is not done helping out the Aggies.
Corey is currently practicing to retrieve bats for the UC Davis baseball team, and so she's learning how to pick up the bat. She's learning how to pick up the bat in the right spot and bring it back, and she loves being in the dugout, and she's really excited to start the baseball season.
In case you missed her this football season, make sure to check Corey out at a UC Davis Aggies baseball game or on her Instagram at Corey Rocket Dog. This has been Sydney Walsh for the Talon Morning News.
Our second place winner for Human Interest Story is Charlie Satterley and Izzy Volpe from Colfax High School.
Colfax High School senior Michael Harris lives an ordinary life, where as a senior he takes advanced auto shop, TAs for Mr. Kovich's weight training class, gets good grades, and is nearly ready to graduate. But what most don't know is that he leaves early every day to go and battle with his students.
1 sir! 2 sir! 3 sir! 3 sir! 4 sir! 4 sir! Round kick 5! Ayos!
Macy Jaime, the owner of Jaime Martial Arts Center in Lincoln, has been Michael's Taekwondo instructor since he was 4 years old and has seen him grow from beginner to black belt and now a coach.
He teaches introductory classes for brand new students, and then he teaches some of the more intermediate or beginner students in their regular classes, their group classes.
It was just over time. It's been a long time. I just kind of started helping out little bit, and just now here I am.
Hard work, being positive, and being able to be himself is what got Michael from being coached to being the coach.
And because of his work ethic, that's kind of why we selected him, because even if he was more clumsy when he was younger, he still tried anyway, and it's that kind of made him someone who we were willing to hire.
Michael not only teaches his students the physical aspect of Taekwondo, but he teaches them life skills and discipline.
What did you promise Mr. Harris?
To listen to my mom. Mm-hmm. And then I did good at school.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Congratulations.
When I take a knee, I'm not fidgeting around, right? Yes, I'm not fidgeting around, right?
No, sir.
Weapon down, like this.
Michael has taken the things he's learned through Taekwondo and established them in his daily life.
So it's set me up in a way with all these life skills. Like I said, I've been over, the belief in it, everything else, the confidence that I have, communication skills have really helped me out through that. Being disciplined at home, being disciplined at school, the list goes on and on.
You guys don't understand?
Hard.
I know, Matthias.
Teaching Taekwondo takes care, consideration, and the realization that it isn't just about teaching the physical aspects, but also about teaching the mental aspects and sharing that with students.
So the benefits that Michael has actually developed have been the same ones that he wants to help younger kids develop as well. So learning how to defend themselves, feeling good about themselves, pushing themselves to do things that are hard. So I guess someone who has those qualities would be someone who could actually coach martial arts as well.
For CTV's Life After School, I'm reporter Izzy Volpe with camera op and editor Charlie Satterley.
And the first place winners in our Human Interest Story category are Kylie Powell and Samantha Reedy Platt from Colfax High School.
From first glance, Lexi Gerard might seem like an ordinary 11th grade student at Colfax High School, taking advantage of her advanced metal skills in the Engineering Arts Club, as well as playing on the varsity girls soccer team. But did you know that Lexi has a passion for aviation? Her interest in flying began when her mother introduced her to the Young Eagles program at Auburn International Airport.
Out of Auburn Airport, and pilots volunteer to take kids up in their planes for like 10 minutes, and you get to fly it a little bit, and that was one of the best experiences.
Lexi is currently working towards getting her pilot's license, a process that takes a minimum of 40 flight training hours, most taking 50 to 60. Although it will be a lengthy process, it will be one that will pay off as she has big goals for the future.
I really want to go to the Naval Academy and major in aerospace engineering, and then hopefully for my service, I want to serve as a pilot.
Exposure is important when learning to fly, and mentorship from pilot Mary Wick is one step towards achieving her goals.
I'm going into my 22nd year of flying. What made me get into flying was when I was a kid, seeing the first Top Gun movie just made me want to be a fighter pilot. And at that time, women weren't really accepted as fighter pilots. And I let that dream go for several years, but then I just really wanted to fly. So I got back into it, got all my ratings, and began flying corporate and became a flight instructor.
In addition to flying, Lexi has had to learn how to manage pilot's license courses with her busy school schedule.
I find that if you have a passion for something, you find a way, and it's easier if you just push through it.
But how do you get started?
Students can get started in aviation in a number of ways. Some people go to a flight school and they only go to one and they do what they say and that's it. I recommend exposure. If you're very interested in aviation, don't just go to one, go to a lot, check it out, talk to people that have already done what you want to do.
With flying a plane comes great responsibility, both on the ground and in the air.
The most important thing to remember when flying is to keep a cool head when things go wrong. Take a moment, resort to your training, and don't panic.
Having patience and staying calm are only a few of the many qualities that Lexi possesses that will allow her to be successful with a career in the future.
What I really like about Lexi is her willingness to work. She's very down to earth. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. The harder someone tries to get whatever goal they're after, the more people will come together and help them.
With editor Kylie Powell for CTV, I'm Samantha Reedy Platt reporting.
Our next category is News Story. The news story is timely. It is a newsworthy event that took place and was reported on in a timely manner. It has a clear main topic and is covered thoroughly.
Our third place winner in this category is Dom Herrera from Colfax High School.
The Colfax High School campus is one of the most beautiful in all of California, but recently that beauty has been challenged with a trash problem. Quincy Mora and her sophomore leadership team look to solve that problem.
The Campus Beautification Project is a way to push students and staff to help volunteer to make our campus beautiful.
Stay in the quad and in the gym, be hallway.
The Beautification Project has shed light on the trash problem, and we found that teachers had different reasons as to why they chose to participate.
We chose to participate in this program because I think that we all need to give back to our school and take ownership of the way our campus looks, even if it's not necessarily our trash.
I chose to participate in this program for our class because I think it's important for our kids to give back to our school and be part of the solution, not the problem.
All students from participating classes got involved, and I got to speak with some of them and ask how they felt about picking up other students' trash.
It's annoying to pick up other students' trash, but I feel like it's good for people to see this and know it's a thing, and for people to just pick up their own trash so other people don't have to do it.
It makes me annoyed how much I see, actually, because it kind of opened my eyes a little bit to how much there is.
The program just recently ended with incredible results, not only with the amount of trash on campus, but a bigger appreciation for our school.
The impact on us is great because it saves time and gives us a chance to work on other projects that are more time consuming.
The trash on our campus has been diminished greatly through awareness and participation by the student body during lunch. But there's a variety of opinions as to where we go from here.
I don't think the program should end. I think we should continuously be doing this, and I think we should, as a community, just partake in this on a regular basis.
I really feel like we're already making progress. I know our students take pride in our campus, and it's just a matter of making them aware, and I know this is going to go away.
The end goal of this project was to hopefully have our campus looking all nice and pretty now, and hopefully students, staff, and the janitors will see a difference.
Speaking with our groundsmen at the end of the program, I can confirm that they have seen the positive impact that our students and teachers are making to improve the school, and they encourage all of us to keep it up. Signing off with camera op and editor Dom Herrera, I'm Kylie Powell.
Our second place winner for news event is Charlie Satterley and Tyler Hinton from Colfax High School.
You're going to bend those elbows, shroud.
The weight room at Colfax has been a place for students and athletes to enhance not only their physical fitness, but their mental health along with it.
It allows us to be able to go through obstacles that certain people wouldn't be able to. We can defeat certain tasks that other people couldn't due to our physical ability. It makes us feel better about ourselves, and it helps our mental state.
Athletic programs utilize the weight room through rigorous exercise and conditioning for their athletes' benefit in their sport of choice.
The weight room impacts the football program in that the bigger, stronger, and faster that you are, the greater advantage you have on the football field. That the ballistic nature of the way that we lift weights is a direct carryover to the way that football is played.
You know, weight training can really increase an athlete's agility, strength, speed, that can give them an advantage on the court or on the fields in a way that, you know, they otherwise would not have.
Unfortunately, the weight room has become a facility not fit to serve those who seek the benefits that are obtained through weight training.
I think that, number one, if you compared our weight room to any other public high school in Placer County, it would not be one of the nicest. It would probably be one of the lowest quality facilities. Number two, renovation of the weight room is going to mean that more students and more athletes are going to be serviced by the weight room. And number three, it's going to mean enhanced quality and results by redoing the weight room and by getting rid of and changing out some of our weights and bars in the weight room that have been there for 30 or 40 years.
Since 2002, the weight room has served as a second locker room for the football team. Teachers and coaches agree that it's time for some major changes.
I think the weight room drastically needs to be improved in its current condition. The equipment's old and outdated, it's not safe for the students to use, and it's doubling up as a locker room right now for the football team, which makes it not equally accessible to all students.
We want to revamp the inside of the weight room so that it is more functional to serve, you know, upwards of 30, 40 students at a time, and has more of an open concept with updated equipment, different bands, different areas for agility on the floor, against the wall, that no matter the sport or the PE program, everybody would have access to the right equipment to be able to train in a more updated style.
The weight room here at Colfax is something that has served many through countless years, and considering there's a half-finished remodel 20 years ago, it's safe to say a remodel is well overdue. Reporting for CTV on behalf of camera op and editor Charlie Satterley, I'm Tyler Hinton.
Our first place winner for Best News Event is, well, this is embarrassing. It's Shaylin and myself, and we're from Colfax High School.
A 29-2 record and an undefeated run through the PVL earned the Colfax girls basketball team a number 2 ranking in Division IV in the state of California and a number 1 seed in the section. The girls last won the section title in the 2019-2020 season. Senior captains Macy Hyman and Gabriella Bittner are the only returning members of that victorious squad and have led the Falcons through the league and the postseason. In round 1 of the section tournament, the girls took down number 17 Gustine in a 72-16 blowout. This win set the Falcons up for a quarterfinal game against 8th seed Orostimba. The Falcons' defense kept their opponent to yet another 16 points, while their consistent offense posted 67 points. Another section win landed the number 1 Falcons in the semifinals, where they faced league foe Marysville. The girls entered this familiar matchup with focus and perhaps a little vengeance. Last season, the Indians were the only mark on the girls' near-perfect league record, and that defeat fueled the Falcons' desire to beat Marysville for a third time. And when they did, a relentless Falcon defense held the Indians to 23 points below their average in a 22-point win. The win earned Colfax a spot in the San Joaquin Section Championship at the Golden One Arena. The girls faced off against the 3rd seed in Division IV, Riverbank, who tied for first place in the Trans Valley League. The game was a battle, and the Bruins proved to be the team's toughest opponent since the start of league play. The girls' defense took no breaks, holding the intense Riverbank attack to 14 points at half, but could only generate 23 points of their own, keeping the game close.
In the second half, senior captain Gabby Bittner found herself in foul trouble, forcing the Falcons to adapt. Junior guard Jade Bittner's 7 defensive rebounds were pivotal in the containment of Riverbank's attack, and the Falcons' relentless offensive was ignited by sophomore Kaya Dietrich's 28-point performance, securing the team's 56-38 victory. The ever-consistent senior captains rounded out the team's play, leading in assists and rebounds, and when the game was over, Gabby Bittner, Macy Hyman, and head coach Rex Simpton reflected on how it felt to secure the program's 12th section championship.
It feels really, really good. I think we have worked, once again, we have worked so hard for this, early mornings, late nights, and it just feels really rewarding to see it all come together.
It feels amazing. I feel, blessed to be a part of this school and community and to have such amazing girls that work so hard and have a common goal. And
it feels really good. I definitely want to celebrate it, but we know the work's not done. It feels great though. This was ours. Freshman year, it was kind of like we were in the back seat, but this one was ours.
After securing a section title, the Colfax girls basketball team will enter the Division III NorCal State Championships as 3rd seed out of 16. Reporting for CTV, I'm Shaylin Ackerman with camera op and editor Kylie Powell. The broadcast journalism part of our showcase has come to an end.
But don't go anywhere, because the film and animation portion of the showcase starts right now with our documentary film category. The documentary gives the filmmaker a chance to raise awareness about social issues and situations and explore the non-fictional stories.
Our 3rd place winner for documentary goes to Adonis Baril, Marcus Hale Jaspar, and Zhang Zhao of Franklin High School.
Sacramento, the capital of California, has a homeless population of approximately 9,300. During the pandemic, the homeless population has increased by 67%. The homeless population is filled with people who are veterans, unemployed, and poverty-stricken families. 28.2% of the homeless population is unsheltered, and 58% of the unsheltered homeless population reports with disabling conditions. This is just the city of Sacramento. The United States has a total of over 500,000 people that are homeless, and around 30% of the nation's homeless population lives in California. A common solution that most people and government officials think of first is affordable housing.
We cannot ignore that our homelessness crisis is directly linked to the affordable housing crisis. Too many people cannot afford to keep a roof over their heads, as wages have not kept pace with rising rents. Los Angeles has one of the least affordable housing markets in the United States.
Would decreasing the price of houses actually help the homeless buy homes? Realtors have this to say.
Usually by the time somebody becomes homeless, there's such a gap between what it takes to become a homeowner and where they're at, that it really is irrelevant what the price of the home is.
If affordable housing won't solve the homelessness problem, how can homeless people find an alternative? What's the main cause of homelessness? Reports found that 74% of people experiencing homelessness previously had jobs. Nearly 47% were found to have worked within 4 years of becoming homeless. So if the unhoused are familiar with being employed, why are they struggling to make ends meet? What is preventing them from being able to find a good enough job to earn them a house one day? The root of this problem has a strong connection to mental illness and addiction.
So, drug addiction definitely is pretty high. I would probably say around 80% with the drug addiction. It's very hard to distinguish people, especially with a high drug or alcohol addiction. It's hard to distinguish which is a mental illness or which is a result of, the drug or alcohol. So I wouldn't be able to say with the mental illness because it's so hard to distinguish, what is causing them to, act the way they are. Is it a mental illness or is it because they've, lived a life full of drugs and alcohol? But yeah, definitely drugs and alcohol is definitely a great factor.
Most of the people who are homeless have mental problems, are alcoholics, or they are addicted to drugs. And that's a spiritual problem.
There are some people who talked about this kind of illness, but there aren't enough actions on helping them. There are solutions like case management, but to fully resolve homelessness is to help the individual, being affordable therapy combined with homeless shelters and food drives. The shelters and food drives sustain them to be able to save up before they move out of the shelter.
We have different services for the homeless. So like every single night of the month, we have a chapel service and then a dinner. So the homeless every single night are able to come and hear a gospel message, and then after they get to eat and get a free meal.
There are a lot of folks who, if they want to work, we encourage them to get job training and maybe go look for work. If they want to do other interests that can help them be a productive citizen, we help them. So basically, the program is tailored based on that person's need. So there is no general, set of programs. So it's all tailored to the individual needs. So what we do is to try to meet the person where they're at, instead of trying to create a program that may not fit their profile.
Now that they're not wasting their money on drugs and have enough resources to regain control over their life, a positive future is sure to arise for them.
In the documentary category, our second place winner is Sam Straken from Christian Brothers High School.
Sacramento's face is changing, and not in the West End alone. On virtually every block, years of progress are evident. Soon a freeway through the city center, linking Reno with San Francisco and Los Angeles.
I'm glad that they're tearing down the buildings and making a better place. And no slums should be here in America.
I don't move, I moved already one time here. I don't want to move.
Using blanks. Before they came through that door, one of the policemen would have been dead because penalty was there. And at that close range, they were standing right down the sidewalk.
My name is Larry Meeks. I'm the pastor of a church here in Oak Park. Sacramento really kind of came about because of the gold rush. And Sacramento developed downtown where it is today. And then around the turn of the century, 1900s, they had a need to expand Sacramento. And Oak Park was the place that was developed. But they built it, and it was primarily for the blue-collar, white-collar type people. All the minorities of Sacramento lived downtown. And then it was somebody who decided it's time to redevelop that area. Let's move out the slums, move out these kind of people, and we got to put them somewhere.
There's no doubt that with redevelopment, we will have a reduction in the incidence of crime in the entire city of Sacramento. We are currently in the process of converting a slum and blighted area into a valuable new integral part of our downtown.
And at the same time, near that time, they started putting in the freeways. And they decided we're going to have to contain these people. Well, at that time, they had all these ordinances in property, things that said you couldn't sell to minorities. And they looked around, and the only area that they decided they would allow them to go to was Oak Park.
I'm part of the influx of blacks from the West End, and I feel that because of the designated efforts from the Real Estate Association, this was part of what I call the beginning of the destruction of Oak Park.
And so you do that, and after a while, the poor who can't afford to move is stuck. And so you deplete the area of, say, the middle class, and you just have the poor people there, then you just have a mess. It was done deliberately by the city fathers. Every city has poor, but when you confine all the poor in one area, you have this kind of a situation. The future for this is going to be about the same, but I won't quit. I'll hang in here till my time on this earth is over, and I pray somebody comes in behind me who is of the like mind.
The first place documentary film award goes to Adam Emery from River City High School.
Here, in this California backyard, there are lots of animals. But there is one that is crucial to this environment. The black garden ant. There are more than 10,000 known species of ants. The average lifespan of a worker garden ant is 4 years. These ants will feed on anything, especially if it's sweet. When a worker ant finds food, it will leave a scent trail to its nest for the others to follow. The worker ants are wingless and are black and brown in color, while the adults are brown and have wings. The black garden ant is usually 3 to 5 millimeters long. The western fence lizard. These lizards will eat black garden ants. The black garden ant is essential to this environment because they churn the soil, allowing water and oxygen to reach the plant's roots. They will also take seeds into their nest, and the seeds often sprout and grow new plants.
The next category is short fiction comedy, a film that uses humor in the story, a compelling story in a fictional narrative short format. Each of the following stories had to be an original script or a public domain adaptation.
We have a tie for first place in this category, so we will award 2 first place winners and 1 third place winner.
The third place winner for short story comedy is Peter Okamoto, Sebastian Fernandez y Garcia, and John Buggy Agresti from Christian Brothers High School.
How do you forget a code to the safe, man?
We waited 4 months for this reservation. It starts in 15 minutes, so you better figure it out.
I wrote it down on a post-it note and in my phone, and I can't find either.
Well, if it's in your phone, we can just call it.
Brayden, there's no way.
Hey, that's for you guys. I got my own dinner.
Dude, Brayden, what the heck, man? Dude, what are we gonna do? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't block him in the safe.
Dude, okay, it's not gonna get any better. We just gotta solve it.
All right, then let's do it. Come on, let's go.
All right, I've been practicing. I've been doing karate for like 8 years now. I'm blue belt, so just give me a second here.
Are we still gonna go to dinner?
Dude, Brayden, I swear to... Bro, if you come here, bro, I'm gonna...
Man, y'all are taking too long. At this point, there's no reason to even go. I'm gonna kick back. It's pointless now. Look what I found. Going to dinner, going to dinner, we're going to dinner. Get out of my way! Going to dinner, boys.
Hey, I knew we could do it. On the bright side, it could have been worse. It's good I forgot your wallet.
You're right.
Our first of 2 first place winners for short story comedy is Jasviel Pondo, Jonathan DeYoung, Ami Sanchez, and Dustin McCall of River City High School.
Breaking news. Scientists have found a decline in society's IQ during a recent study.
I recently found documents of a multi-trillion-dollar deal between Granny and the FDA to hide amphetamine in her pies.
If the grandchildren keep getting out of line like this, then we're gonna have some major issues.
Breaking news in business. The beloved Granny Applesmith is about to launch her pies globally.
I need to keep them dumb.
I think we need to bring matters into our own hands. To get humanity back to normal, I'm in.
Because we're normal.
Go forward! No, back! Oh, we did it!
The second first place winner for short story comedy is Luis Pogamiller, Adrian Vargas, and Quentin Forrest from Franklin High School.
The championship game of this 1-versus-1 tournament is coming down to the wire. Either player just needs to hit a 3 to win the championship.
Come on, baby.
You got this. Hey, take your time.
All we need is one. We just need one. Come on.
Here's a dribble. Crossover. Shooting for the win!
Oh, what the heck?
Man.
You gotta be kidding me.
Power went out.
Oh, really? You couldn't see it?
Just saying.
All the other houses still have their power on.
Well, then that means there's something wrong with the breaker box, right?
Well, we gotta go out there and fix it. We need to see who won that game.
You can just check the score online, though, like this.
No! I want to see it happen live.
Well, then you gotta go outside and fix the breaker box.
I'm not going out there. What if there's burglars out there?
Man, if there's a burglar outside,
I would grab my baseball bat from the garage and wait for him to come in. One swing, lights out. Then I'd turn the power back on and we could finish watching the game.
Alright then, why don't you get up, go outside, and turn the power back on?
because it's dark outside, and the real reason the power went out is not because of a burglar.
Alright then, who did?
The dude's telling me that, like, the power box is shorted.
We're having an important conversation right now.
The real reason the power went out is because Master Assassins showed up, and they're gonna take all of us out.
Master Assassins? Come on now. Be realistic.
See if there are really assassins out there. Then I'll use my insane mastery martial arts skills to take them out easily. Then I'll go turn the power back on, and then we can finish watching the game.
That's gotta be the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Right? Like you have martial arts skills.
I do. I had a yellow belt in karate in preschool.
Okay then, tough guy, go turn the power back on.
See, like, I can't go out there because there's zombies out there.
Yeah, zombies, so they're smart enough to go turn off the power. It's really aliens.
Well, actually, stupid, aliens don't exist.
It's actually a serial killer.
No, actually, it's the ghost of a cowboy.
It's actually a pizza man who is also a serial killer.
Wait, no. It's a banana.
Okay, guys, stop it. All of this is ridiculous, okay? The real reason the power went out is because of La Luz de la Muerte. It's a demon, and it feeds on electricity. And the electricity that it likes the taste of the most is the electricity inside of humans. All the signals that are running through your body. And it'll eat it all up until you're nothing but a pile of flesh and bone. And he's here for us.
Hey y'all, I'm here to fix your power.
Oh, he's just an electrician. You think he's dead?
You guys are welcome, by the way.
Oh, top of the key, top of the key.
All we need is one, baby.
Well,
come on.
Come on.
Crossover. We're shooting for the win. It's over. The championship game is over. Oh, they're going crazy. We like those. Oh, what a satisfying ending.
The next category is animated short story. The short story is a compelling story in a fictional narrative short format. All the stories are original scripts or a public domain adaptation. Entries in this category use 2D or 3D animation or stop motion to tell their story.
The third place winner in short story animation is Abigail Chauhan from Franklin High School.
got any change?
Oh my gosh, you're alive!
Why are you here?
We thought the flower pot killed you.
Nobody's ever cared about me before. I know I messed up, but I won't treat you bad again. Thank you.
Our second place winner for short story animation is Natalie Fredrickson of Franklin High School.
And you guys just wouldn't understand, okay? You don't know Talia. She's literally the sweetest girl alive. Obviously, I can't stop talking about her. If she knew what I said. I don't see any Talias around here. You think she would think I'm cheesy for saying all that? Please, it would be a miracle if she thought of me at all. I just want some acknowledgement, though. Even a little note or something. Hello, I'm here. I'm waiting.
Here! Devin passed it.
Bianca, meet with me later? Devin, though? Let's not. I hope this doesn't hurt him too bad. Wait, is he passing it to... Uh-oh. Crap! Talia! Talia! I'm so sorry. I'm an idiot. I thought that note was from Devin, so I was like, ew, and I literally would have never had that response knowing if it was from you. And you're just so perfect. I'm basically in love with you.
Then I guess you'd like to go out with me?
Yes? I mean, I would like that a lot.
Sweet.
The first place winner for short story animation is Owen Winters and Danil Wijatunga from Franklin High School.
We have arrived at our last category of the night, short story drama, a range of genres that can include action, horror, thriller, sci-fi, etc. The short story is a compelling story in a fictional narrative short format. Each of these films has an original script or is a public domain adaptation.
The third place winner in short story drama is Kai Charles, Adesh Bajwa, and Aaron Chin from Franklin High School.
I've got an extra credit opportunity for you, especially those of you who are struggling with your grades. Now, what I want you to do is write a history of your house, make it 2 pages long, and be sure to include a visual aid. You got it? You got it.
Franklin Macabre cultist, a man of malicious intent. He obtained a following of at least 200 people. Artemio Hawthorne. He told of a dark religion consisting of sacrificial events, sacrificing at least 100 individuals. 1845. Bright lights pierced the sky, coming from the cultist's house, and police had arrived at the scene. They concluded that the house was in good condition, but none of the cult participants, including their leader, were found. Only a single doll. Many people speculate that Artemio and his cult manifested themselves into the doll, and provoking them will release their wrath yet again. What's that smell? What the hell? Come on. No one knows the true motivation behind the voodoo doll, but it's assumed that he garnered a cult following with the belief that a superior, unnatural force would grant them supernatural powers. Thank God. Thank you.
Please, please, please stop. Please, 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 please. What the hell? I don't remember those being open. No, no. No.
second place winner for short story drama is Morgan Ekasala of River City High School.
What if we were the only people on Earth? Everyone else just poof disappeared. It'd be amazing. Yeah, we'd miss our families and friends. We would grieve them, but just think about it. We wouldn't have to hide anything. We could be just us without judgment or disapproval of anyone else. Do things we wouldn't normally be allowed to do. Like we could climb on the roof and look at the stars. Stay up all night talking to each other. Explore places we've never been before. We would never run out of things to talk about, and I could never get sick of you. No overbearing pressure from our parents, school. No deadlines, no due dates. Free of being trapped. No longer afraid that they'll find out. Just us, and only us, together living our lives how we want to the full extent.
But I guess I'm the one. I'm the one we should blame.
Before we announce the last award, we'd like to take a moment to congratulate all of the students who submitted their films, stories, and creative content to our second annual Fame Awards Showcase. The work we have seen on the screen today is inspiring and proof that the Northern California has a thriving community of teachers, programs, and students that produce quality work.
We would also like to take this opportunity to recognize all of the dedicated teachers that make up Northern California Media Educators. These teachers and their enthusiastic students make this program a reality. Okay, I think that's it. You can announce the winner.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. The first place winner for short story drama is Callista Torres, Suhani Hazari, and Noelani Kano from Franklin High School.
I'm not sure how everything changed so fast. It just did. It was all perfect in the beginning. I'll never forget our first date. How could I not relive the moment? How did it change so quickly? When everything was perfect, we were perfect. But I still lost you. The thing about depression is even when you want to pee, you can't. The nagging feeling telling you to get up also tells you there's no point if you'll just die eventually.
Hey Quinn, it's Sophie and your mom let me in.
You begin to wonder if the need to go to the bathroom outweighs your desperation to call them first. Maybe your heart will fail before your liver does. Maybe he'll call, send a "what you doing" text, and put you out of your misery.
Quinn, have you eaten anything today? You know, we're all worried about you. Me, your mom, Claire, and Phil. We're not gonna judge you. I mean, I'm not gonna judge you, but just please talk to me.
I'm okay. I just don't want to deal with anything right now.
I know.
See, the thing about blissful suffering is that it's only blissful euphoric when you do it alone. Other than that, it becomes another reason as to why your mom and your friend are calling for intervention with a therapist. They say no to his drug slogan was a little unsure whether or not that included Zoloft.
Quinn, what is that? Why did you start doing it again? Is it because of... Please. Why did you relapse? I mean... Do you need...
Sophie, Soph, just go. Soph, please just go.
It sucks, Sophie, and I really honestly just think you can't understand. And all I want right now is just to be left alone and just be left peace and silence. So can you just please just go?
Quinn, I mean, it's okay to have loved him, but do you think you're really nothing without him? I mean, do you really believe all that crap? You know, he goes around at school telling lies about you and talking back behind your back. He's so self-centered. I mean, what do you think you're doing? Like, he was never worth 1 ounce of your love. I'm sorry for yelling. I mean, your feelings are valid. I understand, but the thing is, like, you deserve so much better than what he could ever give you. And do you really believe it was worth everything? Come on, Quinn. It's okay. Grayson was never worth it.
When I took days off of school for mental health reasons, or deciding that first and third period was pointless compared to ordering takeout and laying in bed all day, it never fully occurred to me that beyond all the dirty clothes piled up on one side of my bed, that someone would at least try to withstand my own mental and emotional torment. Love is a million things, and maybe it's one friend or some close friends who are able to slow down that spiral.
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm happy to help.
It's okay. I'm always here for you.
The idea of me wanting to go crawling back and going on my knees and begging him to take me all back seems like a funny joke to believe that I would ever think that before. The what if I never met you thoughts are all long gone, and suddenly all I can think about is getting to class. This is me getting over you.
I feel like it's like been forever since I've been at school, you know?
I know, I was literally gonna stop attending because you weren't coming. So.
Girl.
Like, do you want me to walk in your class or?
Nah, I'm not a baby. I'll be fine.
Alright, I'm gonna grab something.
Okay. Did I forget my paper? Is that Sophie? And Grayson? You backstabber.
Oh my gosh.
So this entire time you're comforting me, you're dating with Grayson?
I'm so sorry.
No, you're such a freaking bad friend. And you? No, I'm done.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight to celebrate these wonderful broadcast journalists, animators, and filmmakers. We hope to see you all next year for the 3rd annual Fame Awards Showcase, and hopefully it'll be in person.
On behalf of Shaylin and I, thanks for being with us and have a great night.